When people are building houses in Minecraft, everyone loves to use this very basic A-frame. And I'm here to tell you, don't do that. At least not all the time. And here's why. Now, there's nothing particularly wrong with this roof. It's just, it's so generic and everyone likes to use it. So adding a little bit of variety and different kinds of roof styles really help improve every one of your builds. Here are a bunch of tips and examples that I want to show you guys. So the first thing that we really want to look at with this roof is that it's all very generic. It's all just in one straight line and it's very basic. We could change that in a lot of ways. Remove these slabs on top and replace them with something different. Let's say with oak wood. See, even that just makes it look a little bit better. We should do a little bit more to just help this roof along. This basically combines that oak top, and I just added a little bit more to make it really feel like it really fits together. So we took out those upside down stairs that were keeping this diagonal shape in place, and that just adds a little bit more variety to a lot of your builds. For the last stair, I replaced them with slabs and trapdoors to add a little bit more depth and variety to that last part, and I did the same thing on this overhang over here. It's really important that you don't just have a flat roof. In a lot of cases you can, and it'll look great, but in some cases you might want to add a little bit of variety. So I decided to do that with this. I literally have no clue what this is, but it kind of just looks interesting. And over here we have this little mini tower that has a window in it. Obviously, don't do the same exact roof for every single one of your builds. Especially in medieval style, you really don't want to focus on doing the same exact roof over and over again. Add a little bit of variety, a little bit of change to every one of your roofs, and it'll really improve any build you're doing. The next example I have is a little bit more drastic. Again, in the same medieval style, but what we did is shifted down every single block. So that entire build is 1 block taller. You could tell by the chimney. There's 2 blocks over here, and there's 1 block over there. We shifted everything down to have more of a slight slope, and then it goes into a sharp slope. I do this using trapdoors and slabs. On this one, I decided not to do the variation of the slabs and then trapdoors, just because if you did, I feel like there would be too much of that trapdoor texture, which I'm not a huge fan of. I also did a little bit of variation from that thing on the top versus this one. I added a lightning rod and I have fences on all sides. This also is changed a tiny bit using a slab instead of stairs. But yeah, besides that, it's very, very, very similar to the other one. But personally, I think that this is my favorite. Now, there are a couple more styles that I could definitely show, but a lot of them are very, very hard to use. So here's one last one that honestly I think is really, really cool, but doesn't work in a lot of scenarios besides suburban. So this is the basic style that you're used to. It's the simple A-frame, but there are just a few added things. If we take these 4 blocks away, that's the same roof that you've always known. But if we look on this side over here, it really helps. You're adding variation, and that's really what this entire thing is about. Add variation to every single one of your roofs. Even if it's the same exact A-frame that you already had, just adding those trapdoors and those slabs really helps diagonal roofs. Diagonal roofs are incredibly difficult. Also, obviously, you would need a diagonal building to have a diagonal roof, and diagonal buildings are incredibly difficult. So I'm not going to cover exactly how to make this roof, as I kind of winged it because it's really, really hard to make consistent roofs like this. But yeah, I just wanted to put it out there that there is a bunch of other roofs, and this is one that would be really, really useful to learn. So here's a quick rundown of what we covered. I showed this very basic roof on this basic build. It has a very basic A-frame, which we wanted to change up. There are many ways which we decided to do that. The first one was to add a little bit of texture and block variation. So instead of just using stairs, we decided to use oak wood, slabs, and trapdoors to help ease that roof into it. The next thing we discussed was using a more gradual slope for your roofs. Using trapdoors and shifting down the entire roof by 1 really helps add that gradual slope with a mixture of trapdoors and slabs. The last real technique that I showed was very, very basic, just using slabs and trapdoors. This works best for most suburban houses, but you can use it on any build that you want. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that all of these tips really helped your roof building skills. Now just remember, you could still use A-frames, just don't use them for every single build. Now, I'd like to thank all of you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.